my 10th broadcast. Congrats. Thanks, Facebook.
This is my first, if it makes you feel any better, so.
I know, and she's so nervous. Miss Angel, hi.
Hey, Angel.
Here.
Come on, buddy.
Look at my hair. Look how purple it is, girl. Look at that. I'm purple, nurple.
You match your shirt.
I do. I look like Grape Ape.
Did you do that on purpose?
No. I just found the first shirts that I can find this morning and stuck it on. Hello. Hey, look, when you comment, it says that you commented as Atomic City Photography because you're a admin. She's one of my admins.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yes. I'm commenting as me as I do this, thanks to her. So we are doing a little small video on model safety and model etiquette. So basically what we're going to cover today is models. And that's about it. And this is Crystal Bolden. And she is a local model. She's like one of the more sought after models here in Knoxville. So she's made a little list here, and I'm going to side eye view the list. It's like that. And so her little daughter is back here, and she's the cutest little thing. So you probably hear that going on back in the back too.
Just ignore it.
Yeah, just ignore it. Just if you hear it, just look at the purple hair. Purple hair don't care. Thanks, Scarlett. Anyway, so let me explain a little bit about who I am and what I do. And I mean, a lot of people know Atomic City Photography, but they don't know it's me. I don't put a face with the business very much on purpose because I try to keep myself out of it because it's not about me, it's about you. So I've been in the pinup industry for about 17 years now, since about 2000. I started out as a model scout for it was called the Boneyard Betties. I started out as a model scout, finding local talent all over. Well, not local talent, but hey, Chris, this is not the time to be talking about this kind of stuff. Okay, don't be just not comments like that. Thanks. So I would find local girls and girls all over the world, all over the country, to model for us. It was more of a alternative pinup model, plus size type venture, and it lasted for probably about 5 or 6 years, and I had a good time doing that. And I modeled some myself. I took a break from it and became a photographer. And mostly I started doing landscapes and animals because they don't talk back. And then,
sorry.
And then I got into photographing people on a fluke. And Miss Cat, aka Roxy Sparks, was my first shoot ever for pinup. So that's how I got into all this, because I've been into it for like 17 years. And also I was raised by a cop, so safety is one of my number one issues. Also, hey, Miss Tiffany, safety is one of my number one issues because, I'm a safety girl.
Rather be safe than sorry.
Exactly. So, I think that, coming from that kind of background, I'm more concerned about other people than I am myself, because I know how to protect myself and I know how to control myself to not do things that are inappropriate.
Unlike most.
Exactly. Anyway, so today is model etiquette and model safety. So we're going to start with safety. So we're going to do it backwards the way I just said it. I don't know. And I just said backwards.
Okay, it's really okay.
I didn't say backwards. I said backwards. Oh, Lord. Anyway, so number one rule is trust your gut. Ladies, if this also goes for the mothers out there too that are managing their daughters that are teenagers. Yeah.
My mom was the one that was like, no, you're not doing that. And I'm like, dang it, Mom, I hate you.
How old
Sorry,
were you?
Mom. Love you, Mom.
How old were you when you started modeling?
Oh, hell. I think I was 14 or 15.
That's what I thought. Like
14,
Thanks,
15. Rusty. If you're watching.
Yeah, like 14, 15 years old. And that's about how old the girls are starting now. It's around 14, 15. I've seen some 12 and 13.
Which is ridiculous. The things I see them doing is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, you could still be a 12 and 13-year-old model and do well at it, but you have to be very careful about what you do.
At 12, you shouldn't have more sex appeal than I do.
Exactly. Right.
I'm grown. You're not.
She's an adult. Yeah. So anyway, ladies, trust your gut. This goes for mom managers, momagers.
Yeah, momagers.
Momagers.
Mine was a momager.
Momagers. Anyway, so, trust your gut instinct. If you have this feeling that somebody is not on the up and up, or something just doesn't seem right, or you have a red flag that goes, hey, look at me, there's something wrong. Maybe there's something wrong. Thanks, Hazel. But, if I went to high school with her. She's really sweet. I love her. I actually shot her daughters once, too. They were cute. But if...
That right there, Justin, yes. I've seen them go to school like that, and it is sad.
Yeah. If you want your daughter to get into modeling, or your daughter wants to get into modeling, please make sure that, you're trying to do it age appropriate. Anyway, we'll get on to that later. So, go with your gut instinct. If something seems totally off kilter and doesn't seem right, and there's just something not setting well with you about the situation, the location, the photographer, the people that are around you, makeup and hair artists, the stylist, I don't know.
There's weird people.
Yeah.
Especially in this industry, you have to watch your back.
Us. We're weird. Did you see how creepy that was? Oh my god. Anyway, so this is why people like me, because I'm just weird. Anyway, so go with your gut instinct. Don't ignore that. Okay.
Don't go off of what they say, because people lie.
Yeah.
They're liars in this world.
Exactly. No, but didn't you know everything on Facebook was true?
Oh yeah, it's the internet.
Yeah, everything on the internet is true, y'all. Just saying. Anyway, number 2, never go alone. That goes back to gut instinct. Don't ever. Yes, I have ADHD. Okay, I'm sorry. It's squirrel. Can't help it. But
I actually don't. But I just go off of her, so we're good.
I pulled off Yertle the turtle off of the shelf the other day in my other live video and played with Yertle the turtle. Anyway, whatever. So, and this is my thought process. This is how things go with me, and this is how shoots are with me, because I am completely and totally ADHD, okay? Anyway, so never go alone. Always take someone with you.
I even have my escort here.
Yeah, exactly, because...
And I even know Christy.
You never know. Anyway, never go alone. Usually it's best to take another female with you. If you take a boyfriend or husband or something, make sure they understand that
They don't get in the way.
that the things that you're doing in front of the camera does not mean that you're hitting on the photographer or it's sexual in any way.
Oh, yeah.
Because some guys tend to get a little...
I've seen a lot of boyfriends, especially some of the shootouts that I went to. Like, my husband didn't do that. Like, he sat back, he supported me, he did whatever I needed to. But I've seen others that are like, no, don't do that post, I don't like that. Like, you're not my freaking dad.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do. This is my job.
Yeah. So, I mean, they have to understand. But most of the time, take a friend with you. Like,
Take another model.
Take another model.
I've done that before.
Yeah. Models are great people to have with you.
And we can kick butt.
Exactly.
Believe it or not.
Some
of us are trained for that.
That's what stiletto heels are for.
If I have a 6-inch heel and you're going to do something, I'm going to shove it up your butt.
Okay, so number 2. Don't show everything your mama gave you. Okay, listen to this one, okay? This is something that's been a
big thing in this industry, especially
issue
around here.
Yeah.
Because it's warmer.
Exactly.
Even in cold.
Yeah.
You can be classy and not trashy. You can show skin but still be classy.
There's a fine line, okay? Now,
very fine line.
I understand that there's some models out there that do nude modeling and they do it for artistic purposes or they do artistic nudes. When I talk about artistic nudes, I'm talking about body landscape, the black and whites, etc. totally cool. I'm okay with it. Not my thing, but that's all right.
You do you.
Exactly. You know, it's okay to do some, you know, like lingerie or whatever. I'm totally cool with that too. But there's a way to do it and still be attractive and sexy without being trashy. And also, for you mothers out there that have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, I'm putting 18 in there because even though they're 18, does not mean that they are legal. If they are still in school, they are not legal.
I'll even add to that. My mom, I hated it. Hated it. She would not let me do swimwear for probably 2 to 3 years. And I had a lot of designers and everything wanting me to do swimwear. I'm built for swimwear. But my mom wouldn't let me do it. I was 19 before I ever even did my first swimwear.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's
or
smart.
almost 19.
Yeah. So if you are in that age group of 12 to
What, baby?
18, you know, you don't need to be wearing booty shorts, bodycon dresses. What I mean by bodycon dresses, I'm talking about the dresses that like you see party girls wear. Okay, we're talking about the party girls that go out to the club on a Friday night with the big old 6-inch stiletto heels that almost look like a hooker. Okay, we're just going to put it out
And
there.
most of those are up to your butt. There's not very many that are down to your knees.
Like you literally have to squat and then get down on your knees to pick something up to make sure you don't show anything, and then you have to somehow miraculously get back up standing. I don't know how you do it. Anyway, more power to you if you can.
Practice.
Fat girls can't do it. Okay, just saying. And somebody's having fun.
Yeah, climbing stairs. Woo!
You're welcome, Justin. But you know, bodycon dresses or anything that's like that are really short, they're not cool. I don't think that it's appropriate for a preteen or a teenager under the age of 19. Yeah, here, show that. Here's an example of a dress. It's a sweater dress. It's an appropriate dress for a preteen, teenager.
That's debatable because
Well,
you can show a lot of cleavage in this one.
That's true, unless you hike it up
This
somehow.
one, you couldn't. I even had it hiked up.
Really?
Yeah.
You might be able to duct tape them down.
Some of us don't want to. But this one, you can see.
Yeah.
This is a bodycon dress. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't see a 12-year-old wearing this. Moms, wake the frick up.
Yeah, thanks for watching, neighbors.
Yes, I did.
We have mothers watching.
Yes, I did.
Probably my mother. But no, seriously, like things like that. I mean, it would be okay if, you know, if that dress was maybe a tad bit looser around the
You
torso.
can see it's down to my knees.
Yeah, it's down to her knees. Maybe
But you see
less,
the shape of that. It hugs.
Maybe less boobage.
Yes.
I don't know.
There's some that you can get that are long like that. For those that are wanting that are age appropriate. Mm-hmm. Charlotte Russe has them. Some of Rue 21 has them. And they're not expensive.
Right.
Because I won't spend more than $20 on anything. So, I bargain shop. That's how I know this.
She's cheap.
I am very cheap. But, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But for those of you that are like 16, 17, yes, wanting to wear that kind of stuff, wear it, but don't show everything that you have.
And be careful that it's not anything that you can see through. If you are wearing a white dress,
Don't wear white. Don't wear white.
don't wear white unless you know what you're doing.
I don't even wear
Or
white.
you're working with a photographer that knows what they're doing. Number one, white glares back off of
Anything.
anything. The sun, it reflects.
It even reflects off black.
Yeah, it reflects light. So, I mean, you know, one of my pet peeves that was just recently out there is this photographer had a long gown and it was lit in a certain manner to where you could see straight through the girl's dress and see her underwear and her nipples. And she was like 14, 15, 16.
Not cool.
Don't do it. Okay? And mothers, you all should know that that kind of stuff is going to happen. And that's borderline porn. Child. Uh-oh. That's borderline being a
She's okay,
child
I
predator.
Uh-oh. She dropped her markers. That's why she's crying. She's actually not hurt.
So, but also, don't trust everyone you meet. And this is true. Some photographers are going to be what I like to call charlatans. They like to pull the wool over your eyes.
And they like to push.
And they're very pushy.
Oh, well, what if you did it this way? Or I think it'd look better this way. No.
Yeah.
No.
If you're paying me as a client, I'm there to pose coach you, to teach you how to do what she does. Okay? Now, if I work with her, she's going to do her thing. I just shut up and, I might tell her, well, why don't we try this just because I want it. This is something I want to do because
And even as
like
an experienced model, don't down your photographer.
Yeah, she's going to go back and tweak what I just wanted her to do. And she's going to do it and probably do it better than what I thought of in my head.
It's like when we did something before, she recommended it, I looked at it, I tweaked it and made it better, and then we worked off of each other.
Exactly.
That's how you do that in this industry to make work better.
Exactly. So don't always trust everything. Don't trust what people tell you all the time. You're going to know. This goes back to the trust your gut. You're going to know who's on the up and up and who's real, and you're going to know who's not. And usually my first gut instinct about someone is correct. Because
mine always has been.
Yeah, because, and that goes with models and photographers because I've been on both sides of the camera. There is one person in particular who's a male photographer in this area, and he preys on women, period. It doesn't matter what age they are. He preys on women, period, and I saw it in my own home. Okay? It's not cool. And so just because someone acts like they are the most sweetest, most honorable, most trusting person in the world does not mean that they are. There is a thing in this world called a narcissistic epidemic. We are a nation of narcissists, and unfortunately Facebook
is loaded with them.
And Instagram has added to that. As the photographer, what about if the parent wants a certain outfit and you don't agree? Then I tell them absolutely not.
If you as a photographer, if you don't put yourself in that kind of situation if you think it can end badly. If you don't trust your skill enough or don't trust your gut enough to do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
I've brought outfits even to our shoot. She's like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah. There's certain things if you don't think that it's appropriate or if it's not fitting for your image as a photographer. And this goes for models too. If the photographer suggests an outfit to you that doesn't fit your image or it's not your thing, then don't do it. You have the right to say no. Let's see. Here's another one. Not all photographers are real photographers. We have a thing called guys and gals with cameras. It is easy to figure out who those people are and who those people aren't. They have this thing of...
They act like they're better than everybody else. Especially when you just pick up a camera. I'm not going to name names or anything, but when you pick up a camera, I've been working for 3 months where I've been working for 5-6 years. You're not going to tell me how to do my job.
Exactly.
I know way more. I could probably teach you more about your camera than you know.
And they also have this thing called quantity over quality.
Yes.
And we have very good photographers who are in this city or in the country, period, who are more about quality over quantity. One of the things you'll notice if she's noticed this, just brace it.
I can name names.
If you shoot with me, I'm slow. I'm slow for a reason because I want to make sure that, I'm not worried about time. I'm slow for a reason because I want to take my time, frame it up, make sure I'm getting the best picture I can get because
you'll appreciate that later.
Every shot has to count. If you can't get at least 10 good pictures in 75 frames, there's a problem. Okay?
And even, like she said, every picture counts. Mm-hmm. Scouts and modeling agencies look at that stuff. If one little thing's wrong with your picture, they'll throw all of it away.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Stop going with every photographer that says you're pretty.
If I did that, oh wow, man.
Good thing I don't have that problem, right? So, there are photographers out there that are going to flatter you, and they're going to be like, "Oh my God, you're so awesome." I did it to her. She's so pretty, but I mean, it's a girl thing. It's one thing to be genuine about it.
Yeah.
And it's another thing to flatter to the point that you get them to do what you want them to do.
And when you actually have a brain, like some of us, and they try this.
You have a brain? Yep, there's a brain in there.
Thanks for the confidence there, Christy.
Double check.
But whenever you don't believe their little thing or play into their little game of, oh my gosh, you're so gorgeous, you could do this and this and that. Okay, yeah, I know that I can do this. I don't need you telling me.
Yep.
Yeah, I might sound like a snooty little but I know. And then they turn around and get mad and start calling you names and saying you're ugly and this, that, and the other. That there shows their intentions.
Yeah.
If you don't do what they want and they go back around saying things about you that are snarky, that there will show you.
There is a photographer that I know personally that he would trash models, burlesque dancers, or anybody who was a paying client or whatever. He would trash them behind their back and down them about how big they were, how unproportionate they were, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But to their face, they would be so loving and so endearing and just wonderful. And they're like, oh my God, you're so amazing. Yeah, there are guys out there and other female photographers that will do that to you. And when I'm talking about, when I say guys, I also am enveloping women too, because I'm an equal opportunist. I'm like, guys include everybody. Okay. Let's see. Good baby.
Yeah, you can go for it.
Do your research. Do your research on the photographer. Okay? There are so many photographers out there, and there are so many photographers in this teeny, tiny little...
I haven't even shot with 90% of the photographers around here, and I've shot with a good many.
And it's so competitive.
Very. I've seen photographers get in, really bad arguments over a model because they work with them first.
I actually, at one point in time, was accused of stealing somebody's model when that model came to me and asked me to shoot them. So, yeah, that goes to a photographer thing. We'll deal with that in a week and a half. This is another day. Do your research. Mothers, do your research about the photographers. There are photographers out there that are decent photographers. Then you got the guys and gals with cameras that I would not send you to at all, period. Then you got what I consider the advanced and almost elite photographers. Do your research. I actually am going to do a list, which I was supposed to have done earlier this week.
You didn't do your job, Christy.
I forgot.
It's okay, I did mine on the way here.
I'm going to do a list. I'm going to do a blog post, and hopefully I'll do that today. And that has a list of photographers that will do paid and trade shoots with minors, because minors seems to be the issue going on right now, and I'm also seeing issues with just models, period. So ladies, do your research about the photographers. Ask people who have shot with them before. I wouldn't want you to come shoot with me just because she did. I would want you to ask her first about me, if I'm a creep or not.
She's a weirdo.
Anyway, let's see. Just because you've shot with a photographer numerous times does not mean that they have good intentions, which is very true. Most are okay, but not all of them, and that is very true. Just because you've shot with somebody so many times does not mean that they have always had the best intentions.
There's very few people that I will go to a shoot with, male and female, that I won't bring an escort. And most of the time, I still have an escort, and I've shot with them for 6 years now.
Yeah, and
And it's not because I don't think, or I think that they're going to do something. I don't. But if something was to happen for either one of us, there's a third eye there.
Justin, I don't know about that website. I don't know if there is a website. That would be a good thing to...
Don't trust Yellow Pages.
Yeah, don't do Yellow Pages.
It doesn't work.
Yeah. So, sometimes photographers will lure you in with these shootouts. Okay? We're getting ready to go to a shootout in 3 weeks. 18th. So it's like 3-ish weeks.
Yeah.
Something like that.
2-ish weeks.
And let me tell you, the level of skill of the photographers at this shootout on the 18th...
This is the only reason I'm going to it.
...is absolutely amazing. I feel like an underdog, okay? But it's just like the level of skill of these photographers that are coming to this shootout...
They're phenomenal.
Is amazing. And if you ladies go to shootouts... Look at the skill. Find a list of the photographers that are going to be there. And look at that level of skill of those photographers. Just because it's a shootout and you're getting free or you're getting paid, because there is a shootout thing around here that you might get paid, or I don't know, there's like a money deal somewhere around all that. Just because that's there does not mean what is a shootout? A shootout is where a whole bunch of models and a whole bunch of photographers get together and we all kind of like scatter.
Yeah.
And go to little corners.
We take over Knoxville.
We go to little corners of this certain little area and we take over and like take pictures, okay? So you spend 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes with somebody.
Yeah. It's not like your normal 2-hour booking shoot.
No, it's like, come over here, shoot. Okay, we're done. See you, bye.
You have 15 images, let's pick 3.
Yeah. So like... there are some shootouts around here where people are taking advantage, and the skill level of the photographers are 0 to 0 or 0 to nil. Not to say that they're terrible. They are a good starting ground if you want to maybe get started, but even then I wouldn't recommend them to get started. Silly face. I still wouldn't recommend them to get started, but I see so many of these young...
Don't get started at shootouts.
Yeah.
You're going to be disappointed.
Exactly. I see some of these young girls that are wanting to get into modeling or have gotten into modeling by going to these shootouts with these inexperienced photographers, and they continue to go to the same shootouts with the same photographers or photographer, and they keep getting the same quality of work. There's no depth.
Same type.
The same type of work. It's flat. The lighting is flat. The images are flat. There's no depth. There's no creativity. There's a thing that you work with. It's called contrast and shadows. Okay, contrast and shadows work for everything.
And even around here, you'd be surprised how many photographers that you ask, well, could you do this? They're like, what's that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a lot of photographers that don't even know how to use Photoshop correctly.
Yeah.
I can't tell you that I do, but...
There's a lot of photographers around here that don't even know Photoshop.
Exactly.
Most of them don't even know Photoshop exists. They think Lightroom is the Photoshop.
No. Lightroom is great. I love Lightroom. It fixes a lot of stuff that I screwed up. And I do screw up. I screw up a lot. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has made it in this industry. Now, let me tell you something. If you were offered the chance to come to a workshop, a class, or something like that, don't pass it up. Even if you have to pay for it, because the minute you start thinking that you don't have anything else left to learn, does not mean that you have made it. Does it mean that you have nothing left to learn? Because we're all learning, we're all still growing, we're all trying to get to the same place, the same level. But the minute you stop learning is the minute you become unteachable, and usually that's not a good thing. You still need to be able to learn and go forward.
A lot of photographers think well, once they reach that level, have been doing it for so long that there's nothing else they can learn, that they're the best of the best. I hate to tell you.
Yeah.
I can name some of the best photographers around here and in LA that are still learning. And it'll still tell you, I don't know everything. Mm-hmm. And even models that have been doing this, I've seen models do this for barely a year and act like they know everything. I've been doing this for 6 years, and I will admit, I don't even know everything.
And you lose your touch after a while.
Mm-hmm.
If
you don't shoot for a couple weeks or 2 months or 6 months or have a kid and not shoot for a year, it takes a little while to get back in the groove of things.
It does. It does. And is there an age requirement for what, Victoria? And knowledge is everything. Knowledge is a big thing. You have to research everything. Let's I'm waiting for her to see what the age requirement is for what.
Vicky, what age requirement? It's my godmother.
Oh.
Hey.
I look like the crazy one.
Daniel, you know more than what you give yourself credit for. There's always room for improvement, but you still know.
No, there's no age requirement to start
Sage
to model. I mean, kids, come on, the Gerber baby. The Gerber baby. We all, like, everybody tries to enter their kids into the Gerber baby contest. Like, baby
I did.
start. Yeah.
I did Sage models.
Yeah,
and
no.
she just turned a year old.
So,
she does stuff for Koala.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cute. But yeah, no, there's no age requirement for modeling at all, period. And there's no age limit. I have seen some amazing, gorgeous, silver foxish women, you know, like that nice gray hair, just gorgeous, cool, colored. Oh, love them. They're beautiful.
I wish I had naturally gray hair already.
I wish I had gray hair too.
I wish I could
Instead of
rock gray
purple.
hair.
Okay, so let's move on to etiquette. So models. You know, there is a two-way street. With this kind of industry, you have photographer etiquette and model etiquette, and it both is based off of each other. If you show respect, the other one is going to show respect, hopefully.
Not always.
Yeah, try to be respectful. Okay, so number one, be respectful. Show respect. Show respect for yourself, and show respect for whoever you're working with. Okay?
Never disrespect who you're working with.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Whether it be to their face or behind their back.
Don't be two-faced. You
We're
won't last long in this
We're all
industry.
guilty. Yeah, we're all guilty of it. Somebody's done it at some point in time. I've probably done it. Actually, I will say I have done it. But, you know, it's just, it's what we do. It's human nature. It's bad, but it's going to happen. I kind of look pretty right now. Sorry. Okay, so number two, be on time. If you are
15 minutes early is on time.
Yeah. 15 minutes is on time. I'm usually 45 minutes to an hour early.
I'm usually 30 minutes early at least. If 15 minutes is me running late.
If I am going to be here to shoot someone, I'm at least an hour early. Why? Because I want to clean up the studio. I want to make sure get it warm. Even though it's still not warm in here. It's gotten pretty cold today.
It's 82.
Yeah. Let's, I clean up, I set up, I make sure my equipment works, which doesn't always work because I did a shoot yesterday and it was being a complete total butthole. I think I'm going to have to drive to Nashville to get it fixed. I get here to make sure that things are just ready to go. Number three, do not flirt with your photographer.
I've seen it time
Male
after
or
time
female.
after time, especially at shootouts. I've seen girls come on to photographers. Yeah, there's pretty attractive photographers in this. It's not the time and place to do it. Don't do it.
No. I mean,
I've seen my models that I've worked with hook up with photographers. And no, that's not going to get you when you're in the industry like they think it is.
momagers, don't flirt with the photographers either.
Yeah. That's not going to get you
if
any
you're
bonus
single.
points.
Well, now some women or men that are married will flirt with anybody. But anyway, whatever. But anyway, also don't sleep with the photographer.
Yep, do not sleep your way to the top. You won't get anywhere. If my manager knew I slept my way to the top anytime or even tried to, he would kick my butt.
Don't
Thanks, Brent.
don't sleep with the photographers.
The worst decision you could ever make in your life.
Do not.
It's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah, it won't get you nowhere.
Other than out the door, because then they're going to laugh at you because you just did that.
It will get you somewhere. It will get you on the
the
road to a reputation that you don't want. Okay?
And that's if you get work anymore after that.
Yeah. Let's see. Don't harass the photographer about pictures, etc., etc., etc. Number one, this is coming from a photographer's standpoint of view. If the photographer has not discussed with you at the time of your shoot when your pictures will be edited and returned to you, then ask them before you leave. I'm usually at 2, 3, maybe 4 months, depending on how busy I am, because I work 2 jobs, run a photography business, and I have a church obligation. Okay, I have 4 things going on, and I got family, and I got dogs and a cat. So I got 6 things that take out priority in my life. Yeah, and crazy friends with kids.
Yes. See one's back there. Sage, come say hi.
Anyway, so, if you have not discussed it before you leave that shoot, make sure you ask, okay? If the photographer has not willingly said to you, hey, it's going to take however long, make sure you ask. But if it has surpassed that time limit, ask them. Okay, just don't ask them, don't send them a message on Facebook and 10 minutes later send them another one, and then 15 minutes later send them another one.
Or every day.
Yeah.
And that goes for models and photographers.
Yeah.
Don't message me every day asking if we're going to shoot. I'm busy.
Let's see. Be professional. And be professional encompasses a lot of things. Being professional would include showing up prepared. Make sure...
Yeah, her hair. You like her hair?
Make sure that your hair and makeup is done if the photographer is coming to you. Okay? Now, if you're coming to my studio and you tell me that you want to do your hair and makeup here, totally cool.
Give her a heads up.
Tell me. Plan.
I do my hair here before shoots because I don't want it falling.
Yeah, and that's totally okay and it's acceptable as long as you let us know. Hi. What are you doing? What you got all over your face? You're drooling. Anyway, really okay. So there's a lot of things that, you need to show up prepared. If you have not discussed hair and makeup before the shoot, if the photographer has not discussed with you if they're going to bring someone or provide that for you, go off the assumption that they're not doing that.
I've never had a makeup artist do mine.
I
always come prepared because you don't know if somebody's going to flake.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, whatever, no big deal. I am not a hair genius. Okay? I do straight and curly, and that's it. And that's about as far. This is my hairdresser's expertise yesterday, and now I got a knot in my hair.
Oh,
but what's the next one here?
No Sage in the way.
Okay. When you are at a shoot, please have some respect for yourself, and do not change in front of a photographer unless it is in a situation where you can't avoid it. And if you are in that situation where it can't be avoided, do it just in a manner that's I don't know, it's kind of discreet. Would you
I changed mine on the couch.
Don't let everything hang out. I'm sorry.
That goes back to don't show everything your mama gave you.
And have some respect for yourself.
Even if you're a nude model.
If you're a nude model and you're used to being naked, okay, I get it. But
not everybody's used to you being naked.
Have some tact.
Thanks, Justin. I just saw your comment.
Have some tact. Tact goes a long way, which I lack a lot of sometimes.
Yes, be respectful.
Yeah, be respectable to yourself and to those around you.
Not everybody wants to see your
I don't
pieces.
I don't always like to see lady bits. I have them. I
have my own. I don't need to see yours.
I have them. I know they're there, and I'm a massage therapist, and I see a lot of people pretty much naked every day, and I'm pretty desensitized to that. But just because I'm desensitized. Does not mean that every other photographer in this business is desensitized. I'm desensitized because it's my job, and I don't think about it.
Yeah. And photographers don't watch your model while they're changing.
Yeah.
Even these people, like, if I even have bra and underwear on, if I have a tank top and boy shorts on, I still have photographers, if I'm changing, that turn around. Thank you.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what they do.
Don't sit there and stare at me while I'm changing and make eye contact and try to carry on a conversation, because I frankly don't care.
So, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that are out there. Make sure you do your research, ladies.
Did she take
and
she did take the pen.
Make sure that you respect yourself, respect those around you, respect the photographer's time, especially if it's a trade shoot, y'all. If it's a trade shoot, be mindful of the time. And same thing, goes for photographers. Be mindful of the time. If they need to be gone by a certain time, then it's cool. Yes, pop-up changing tents are awesome, and I highly recommend those if it's like for a shootout or something.
You can find them anymore.
Totally cool. You can buy them on Amazon for like $20, $25.
Yeah, they're usually not more than $30.
Yeah.
I've always used a blanket if I'm outside. Yeah. Whoever my escort is, I just have them hold up my blanket while I change.
No biggie. So, I mean, models, just be aware that not all photographers are the same. Not all photographers are going to be on the up and up. Not all photographers are.
They're not looking
out
for you. They don't care about you.
Yep.
Remember that. Nobody does. Mm-hmm. In this industry, nobody has your back when it's most photographers.
Yeah.
That's the mentality you have to keep.
Jessica can make one for $10. I get you $10. Anyway, I mean, there are going to be some that actually genuinely do care. And, I do care. I mean, I've messaged her several times. Mm-hmm. She's had some things going on, checking on her to make sure she's okay. Yep. And you could talk to some of the other people I've shot with,
and I have other photographers that have checked on me, and thanks.
Yeah, because there are some out there,
but they keep it professional. Unless you actually have like a friendship through all this,
right? There's a way to be friends and be still on a professional level, and there's a way to be like not cruel.
Yeah.
About it. Does that make sense?
Your photographer's not your best friend of 20 years.
Yes. Now, like Angel, aka Daisy Delane, who I shoot a lot of. You see her all over my Facebook page. She and I are best friends. And I met her through doing photography. That's how I met her. And
so I've met a lot of my friends.
Yeah.
Because we all share the same interest, mm-hmm. But these guys with guys with cameras, they're not going to be your friends.
No. And I think some of them,
even if they try to be your friends, some of them, yes, have good intentions, but most of them don't.
Yeah. And I think some of the ones that are the more predominant, I love you too. She's so awesome. But anyway, I think some of the more predominant photographers are going to be a little bit more professional, and they are a little bit more trustworthy, in my personal opinion. Doesn't mean that it's true, but sometimes I feel that if they have an image out there that they've already developed and they want to protect that image, so they're going to be a little bit more professional and a little bit more kosher. So anyway, so that was our video on model safety and etiquette.
That dragged on.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Anyway, okay, bye.